Well, again, it's another fun one, and it's pretty much up front with you. You already know what it is, and you know, it's kind of like he can ask you, do you really like what you're doing? And you can think, well, why is he asking me that? I'm doing it. I do like it. But again, to really take a look at what you're doing as an example. Okay, so look at the question that is asked. And so your literal mind is going to take it in a particular way, but there's something else going on there. And yeah, the real guys, they just come to you friendly like, etc., because you're open and willing. And everybody gets you know, something from life, but they're not paying attention, and they have their own interpretation of it, and it has a lot of interpretations as we go along and become more aware. So again, you know what the experience is, and just take a look at what it means to you. And the aliens, well, you know, why do we ask why the aliens are there anywhere? They're everywhere. You're probably half your friends are aliens. So, and we're all aliens to this planet. We've been aliens before, and now we're a human body type. Again, the rational mind thinking that, oh, I'm a human and they're alien, they're different, so they must be bad, but hopefully they're good. Whatever your idea is. See, everything is so funny, so we have to figure it out. But remember, you're an alien too, okay? So they just got different body types. So again, you look at the experience, and what is it from that you know, you want to understand or see or compare? You know, take it and compare to the sun shining. What is it that, you know, you gain insight from that compareness with? You see, that's where your intuitiveness comes in. But in people think intuitiveness is like the ultimate. Oh, you're very intuitive. You're an empath or whatever. But no, it's not. It's just in creation. And until you recognize the real you and gain insight to recognize that. Again, that's where we're in consciousness. We create this consciousness stuff. So you're dealing with the consciousness because you have to do it. But look at the question, how it's asked, and then be the person asking the question. And it means there's something else going on there besides what is asked, literally. So you learn little by little to see that until you figure it out, to learn to see invisible. Take something from it, step at a time. You know, just like when we were babies, and you know, maybe you had little blocks that said ABC on them, but one block at a time, you try and find. Mama says, "Okay, baby, crawl over and find the A block. Find the block that says A on it." You start one block at a time. You see, and then pretty soon you're stacking them. You know, 6 months, a year later, you're stacking them and you're spelling words, whatever, you see? Step at a time. Well, again, what are those things? They're like your car on the road, you know, and many times in the real side experience, or sometimes you'll be looking for your car. You know, you want that vehicle to, you know, maybe move faster or do something, just like here. And so with the ocean, you know, just like here, if you're swimming in the ocean, you know, if you want to see the bottom or whatever, the goggles and that help. So you have these certain tools, you might say, just like fixing your car, that you want to utilize. So it's just like, you know, us as the real awareness, for us to, you know, properly communicate or whatever, and see the movie Ghost with, you know, Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. It gives a really good example, and there's many more. But if we want to relate accordingly to people here, you know, we need this vehicle, don't we? And so, you know, those are like little tools, little playthings to relate in a particular way, because you want to relate in a certain way to see things. And they are physical things, aren't they? So you need certain tools to see things in a certain way physically, don't you? So does that relate to your experience, you see? It's like even me, I've been told, you know, I had a driver's license, but I don't have it now. I've been told by someone on the real side years ago, get your driver's license. Well, you know, that's a choice I make, but yeah, it would help. But then again, you know, I haven't spent the time to do that because I got to go to the USA and do it. But as an example, yeah, it's a tool that's useful. I have a senior card that looks like a driver's license. You know, again, if it's physical things, in other words, it's kind of showing you that if you want to be able to see better in the physical sense, then you need certain tools to do that. Just like if you want to see a little tiny bug on the road, you take a magnifying glass, you see. Otherwise, it's so small, the ant, you really can't see it. Some people can, they have better eyesight, but you need a magnifying glass, then you can see it. You have that tool, you see. So it's basically saying that if you want to see things better, you need to incorporate certain tools so you can see what's going on better in the physical sense. Because see, the ocean implies basically the psychic realms, because it's fluid, you see. That's the ocean. We call it the ocean of life, but in a way it's that, and then when you're above it, you're above all of it, because then you're in the sky. That's the endless skies. But the ocean mainly implies the psychic realms, you see, because it's always in flux. There's waves, they got tides, you got riptides, you got all this stuff going, constantly high tide, low tide. So again, there's these little tools implying certain things that you will see better, and you'll figure that out, yeah, what that is. But it's just using that idea. It's not that you're going to go down and buy a snorkel mask and a mask and a snorkel and walk around with that, through the town. No, but that's the idea, to see better in the physical. There's something there, like your computer or whatever, or maybe a program for the computer. See, look at the experiences many people have when they're first coming into this or anything. In other words, seen it many times. They're on another shore and they're swimming across the water, you see. They're coming to they're going to the other side, you might say, aren't they? So that's what bridges mean. In other words, repairing the bridge so that it can be crossed over to the other side for a new position, which is like us, to the real side of what's taking place. You see, crossing over from the personal life to waking up and becoming more aware. So it's a crossover. So there's the idea, and he's repairing that. So that implies.